guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing the ride or die makeup tag. I've seen a bunch of beauty influencers do it. Most recent one I watched Jessica Braun or Jam Beauty 89 do it, and I absolutely love her. So it just kind of gave me the inspiration to just go ahead and do it. So before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel and let's go. So I'm just kind of have like everything laid out, what I use on a regular basis. I always start with my face first. Whoever does their eyes first, please teach me your ways. It just doesn't work out for me. I don't know, I always get foundation in my eyeshadow and it just doesn't work well for me, so. But we'll start with primer. My all-time favorite primer is the Benefit Porefessional. I know I sound super basic saying it, as everyone and their mom loves this stuff, but it's for a good reason. I have super oily skin, I have large pores, and I don't know if this stuff claims to be something to help like contain oil, reduce oil, but it definitely does for me, or to some degree, and also it does exactly what it says. It fills in pores, which is exactly what I want. A primer also just to help keep my foundation on, does that too, but really helps fill in pores, helps with oil. I don't necessarily know if it's just kind of like a in my head, I think it does, but anyway. So after that I have two foundations. I have a high-end and a drugstore. I'll do drugstore first. Favorite drugstore foundation. When this first came out, I was just kind of about it. I didn't think much about it. So I used NYX foundations in the past and they broke me out really bad. They didn't sit well on my skin. Just merp. But when this came out, I was like, maybe I'll give it a try. It is the NYX Total Control Foundation. Your girl loves heavy, cakey, not cakey, but full coverage makeup. I do have pretty bad rosacea, so whatever I can do to help minimize that when I wear makeup is what I want. So this stuff, it does have a little dropper eye. I'm sure you guys have seen this all over YouTube. I feel like I'm the last one on the boat with it, but you can do full coverage with it. You can do really light coverage. Like I said, I like full coverage, so it's great stuff, and it doesn't break me out. So I don't know if they changed their formulation or what, but it's great. So yeah, and then for full coverage, high-end foundation, this is like my holy grail. It is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation. I love this stuff. I think I started using it a few years ago and I haven't stopped since. It is so hyped, and it's hyped for a really good reason. It's great stuff. I wear this if I'm gonna have a long day, I'm working a long day, it's hot, humid, summertime, which in that stage right now, so definitely I'm using this a bunch. It doesn't wear off around my face, it stays on really well. It's just great stuff. I use fairly light beige. Honestly, I feel like I need more of a neutral one. I think I just grabbed the wrong shade last time, but I usually use like their neutral, whatever it is, and that suits my skin just a little better. But this one is also a pretty decent match for me as well, but I would definitely repurchase this in a heartbeat. I'm almost out, so I will be repurchasing that for sure. Alright, concealer. For a long time I used the NYX HD foundation, or not foundation, their concealer, and I really like that stuff. I don't know, I just never really experimented much with concealers before then. I just always use that. I use the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer and I like that one as well. And then the Tarte Shape Tape came out and I was like, aren't all concealers kind of the same thing? I feel like they all do the same thing. But this one's definitely a game changer. So it's the Tarte Shape Tape. This stuff is life-changing. I'm sure if you watch YouTube a decent amount, you have seen this everywhere. It is hyped for a really good reason. It is very full coverage. That being said, it doesn't get cakey under the eyes. It is just makes your under eyes look flawless. And I always have dark circles. So it just really, I can't say enough good things about this stuff in all honesty. I have Fair Beige. This isn't as pinky as the foundation is from them. So I feel like this is a pretty good match for me. Just so good. 10 out of 10, would repurchase. I still like the NYX concealer, but I fell on the bandwagon real quick. So, there's that. Powders, I have two. For the longest time, I used the Laura Mercier setting powder, or Secret Brightening, whatever it is. And I did really like this stuff. I feel like it gave me a really flawless base for the rest of my makeup. That being said, I also try to use only cruelty-free makeup, so that is not cruelty-free, sadly, so I've been looking for an alternative, and I think I found it. It is the Kat Von D Lock-It Setting Powder. It is just a translucent powder. I have almost gone through this whole thing, and I would definitely repurchase it. I use this to bake under my eyes, under my contour, around my nose, smile lines, just to help prevent any smile lines. I'm a very expressive person, so it just kind of helps prevent all that. Keeps my foundation on all day. It's great stuff. Would repurchase. For the rest of my face, I may be like super high maintenance for having two different powders, but I use the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation. A lot of people don't like using powder foundation on top of liquid foundation. I could totally see that if you have drier skin or you're just not looking for that much coverage. That being said, I love full coverage. I love this stuff. It's not cakey on my skin whatsoever, so I love that. I feel like it has a pretty decent coverage to it. If I really built it up, I could probably get medium coverage with it. But I just use this to set the rest of my face that I didn't set with a translucent powder. This stuff is great. I have it in light 44 and it's a decent match for me, so would repurchase. Okay, so after I set everything, I usually go on to like contour, bronzer. Because I am so fair, bronzer on me usually ends up looking pretty orange, sadly. The Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzers look pretty nice on my skin. I don't have that, but I did at one point. I really did like that. So I usually just contour my face. I have two here. I'll start with high-end this time. I have the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I sound like a rep for Kat Von D. I'm really not. I just really like her stuff. This has been used and abused. It has like hard pan on all the top stuff, and as you can see, it is well loved. Love this. You really can't go wrong with it. Honestly, when I first bought it, I thought it'd be too dark for me, and it's not whatsoever. You do have to have a pretty light hand with it. It is very pigmented, but I really do like that. And my drugstore one is the NYX Taupe HD Blush, and as you can see, this one is also well loved. I don't know why more people don't talk about this. It's great if I just have like a makeup bag, if I'm doing my makeup somewhere else besides at home, I will definitely pack that. It just gives me just a really nice shade to my face. It's not too ashy on myself. I just really like it. So moving on, I don't wear blush. Like I said, I have pretty bad rosacea, so I try to avoid the hyperpigmentation look in my skin. So I really don't wear blush. I just more use the contour bronzers to give myself a nice flush. So moving on, I then do highlight. I have a few different highlighters. Okay, first one is the Artist Couture highlighter. It is a loose powder highlight. I have seen this all over Instagram. It is just blowing up the internet for good reason. I actually got this in a BoxyCharm, I think a few months ago, and it's fabulous. It does have a little sifter to it. It's gorgeous. I wear this if I really want like a glittery popping highlight. I have it on today. It is fabulous stuff. A little goes such a long way. It's great stuff. It lasts all day on me, so. Anyway, moving on, I have the Ofra highlighter in Rodeo Drive. This is also a gorgeous one. It's not, like when I first got it, I was like, it's gonna be too bronzy, it's gonna look weird on me, but really it doesn't. It just gives like a nice, healthy glow to my skin, so I can definitely appreciate that. Love it, 10 out of 10. And last highlighter, I know I'm a little extra, I have the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighters, yeah. And this is in Golden Lights. I really like this. I didn't think I'd like a golden highlighter on myself, but I really like it. I do wear this on days more that I want more of like a subtle natural highlight compared to those two, which are like pop in there high highlighters. This one's just gorgeous. You can build it up to make it just really bright in your face, but I just use this when I want more of like a natural kind of highlight, so great stuff. Alright, moving on from there, I then go to my eyes. Again, I'm gonna sound super basic. My favorite eye primer, I haven't found anything that really tops this. In all honesty, I have super oily eyelids, and this is one of the only ones that keeps my eyeshadows on. And it's just the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This stuff has been around forever. It's a cult classic for a good reason. I don't know. I just really like it, and more people say they don't like it now and they like other ones. I haven't found one that I really like more, so. But after that, I do eyeshadows. I have 4 different eyeshadow palettes that are like my all-time favorite. I think eyeshadows are definitely my thing. I feel like all makeup lovers have those 1 or 2 things that they just are obsessed with. Eyeshadow palettes and brushes are definitely mine. So I have 4. I will do this first. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. Again, hashtag not spawn, but girl call me. It is an all matte palette. You can see she's pretty well loved. All matte, they have neutral, cool, warm tone. Honestly, 98% of the time when I'm getting ready, I'm usually always running late. I am that person. So I really just like a nice transition in my eyelid to make it look like I have some type of a crease in my eyelid. It's great, simple, easy, quick. They're super pigmented, super buttery. Love this stuff. So, and 2, she changed her packaging recently, and I'm pretty mad about it as I love that new packaging. So I may just buy the new ones. I don't know yet. The new packaging is gorgeous. The lettering on it's like all sparkly, and it's all plastic packaging. It's a little safer, I think, for the shadows, where this is just like a cardboardy, I don't know, maybe. Next is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Okay, this was one of my first like high-end eyeshadow palettes. I think it was actually my first. And oh my gosh, it is one of those things that everyone loves. It's a cult classic. It's one of those palettes that get lost in my collection 98% of the time. And then I pull it out and I'm like, yes, this is why I love this. I can come up with so many looks with this. It is just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous palette. Like I said, it could be lost in my collection for months and I'll pull it out and be like, yes, why did I stop using this kind of thing? So I really like that one. Moving on, I have the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Honey palette. This palette, when it came out, I feel like a lot of people didn't like it. I don't know why. I really like it. I feel like people thought it was just like really basic and whatever. And yeah, it honestly kind of is. That being said though, I love it for that. I keep it in like my everyday kind of makeup drawer when I'm running super late, which is 98% of the time. I pull this out and just do a nice transition shade in my lids, and it just turns out perfectly every time. I love Too Faced shadows. They're one of my favorites. I just love that little palette. And finally, I promised myself I wouldn't jump on this boat, but I did, and I have absolutely no regrets. This is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. When this first came out, I wasn't all about it. I'm not gonna lie. When it first came out, I was really underwhelmed by it. I was one of those people that I just hated warm tone eyeshadows. I don't know what it was. I thought it just looked horrible on me. I don't know. But I think how I first fell in love with it was when my friend bought it and I swatched it, and I was just kind of like going into it just really negatively, and I'm like, I'm not gonna like it. And then I swatched it and I was like, fuck. So definitely fell in love with it, and then I went to, I think, Ulta and swatched it again, and I was like, you know, I need it, and I have been in love with it since. Definitely the pigmentation is fabulous. They're fabulous warm tone shades. As you can tell, love these ones right here, love the shimmers. It's such a great palette, and I'm kind of mad at myself for not buying it sooner. Moving on, it's going to be real extra, but I do have my favorite inner corner highlight, and it is the MAC Single Eyeshadow in Nylon. Like I said, try to buy all cruelty-free, but I haven't found a shadow that is as good as this. It is just the most beautiful shimmer. It makes my inner corners pop. It is fabulous. So, if you are looking for a good one, if you have super fair skin, I would definitely recommend that. Moving on to eyeliners. Stop moving, camera. I have, again, the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. Holy crap. This has been like my ride or die for years. It is just fabulous. It is a super fine tip. It just gives me gorgeous wings. For the longest time, I don't remember what one I was using before this, but I would use it, and then a few hours later, you could just tell that wherever my eyes creased, you could just see it creasing there, and I just hated that. And I found this, and I have been in love since. I haven't found anything that I like more, in all honesty. It is waterproof. It definitely is waterproof. Sometimes I'll get in the shower with all my makeup on and then take it off when I get out of the shower. And when I get out of the shower, this is the only thing that's still on my eyes. All my mascara is gone, but this hangs in the whole entire time. So love this stuff. I would repurchase it in a heartbeat. Moving on, my favorite pencil liner is kind of a tie, really. My favorite is the Marc Jacobs Highliner, and I think it's just the black one. I don't know. But I got it as a Sephora birthday gift or something a year or two ago, and oh my god, it is so good. That being said, I've honestly kind of fallen in love with this one, just about the same, and it's so much cheaper. This is the Palladio Pure Black Waterproof Eyeliner. It's just a twist up. I think you can buy it at Ulta. They do sell it at Sally Beauty too. No one talks about this stuff, but it is fabulous. It is black, it's waterproof. I have super watery eyes, and this doesn't budge at all. Like most other ones, at the end of the day, it'll be smudged under my eyes, and it just looks awful, and this doesn't, so great job, Palladio. Moving on is my favorite mascaras. I have two. I really haven't dabbled much into high-end mascaras. I'm not sure why. I think it's just that mascaras go bad so quickly, and I'd rather just pay $5, $6, $7 at the drugstore than $20, $25 at Ulta and Sephora for a mascara. I do like the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I like the Benefit Roller Lash. But I don't know, I just can't get myself to repurchase them very often, so I usually just stick with drugstore. My two favorites is the CoverGirl Supersizer Mascara, and I just have it, I think in Black as Black. something super simple like that. And I just, oh my gosh, I love this stuff. When it first came out, I was like, like I never liked CoverGirl makeup really much. And it just has the weirdest looking wand to it. It is just the weirdest wand. It's super small. That being said, it's super precise. I love it for my lower lashes. I love it to blend my lashes in with fake lashes. It's fabulous. So definitely check that out. And the other one is literally all over the internet. It's great. It is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. When this came out, everyone was saying it's like the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. The Too Faced Better Than Sex, I have a love-hate relationship with it. It is so flaky on my lashes. I don't know what it is. A lot of people say the waterproof one is better. I hate waterproof mascara. So, kind of get what you got there. But this, I feel like it's a lot better and it's so much cheaper. The wand on it reminds me exactly like the other one. It's just great. Gives my lashes beautiful curl, volume, length. All you want in a mascara. So I usually use these two together 98% of the time. Those are like my two holy grail mascaras and I would always repurchase them. Moving on to brows. I have had a journey with my brows. Oh man, my natural eyebrows are very bushy, very, for the longest time I overpluck them, and now, without anything in them, they're just kind of there. There's not much to them anymore, sadly, but I feel like everyone goes through that phase. That being said, I have finally found my favorite eyebrow pencil. I use pomades, I use literally everything, and I always come back to this. It is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and honestly, I'm sure you guys have heard of the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is the same thing, and like 10 bucks cheaper. So, there's two ends. I lost the cap to this side, but there's a spoolie on this side, and then just the super fine pencil. It's fabulous. I use it through my whole brow. That's how I get the arch, the fading in the front. Love it. And I would always repurchase it. And I do get this in black. So, moving on to brow gel. I always trim my eyebrow hairs so they're not super long. But just like in the front to get them to stand up, give them a little more shape. I love the NYX Control Freak. For the longest time I used the Anastasia Brow Gel. It's like super glue for your brows. It's fabulous, but honestly, this is the same exact thing. I don't think it has as much of a hold, but definitely has a pretty nice hold. It keeps my brow hairs in place all day. I don't go through like half the day, then look in the mirror and be like, ugh, what is going on with my brows? Like, keeps them in place. I love it. So, it's definitely a good drugstore option. For lashes, I don't always wear lashes. I wear more in the fall and winter for sure. I don't know, just in the summer, I just sweat so much. Half the time I will sweat my lashes off, in all honesty. So I don't wear them as much in the summer, but my all-time favorite lashes are the Ardell Faux Mink lashes, and this is the style 811, and they flare it out the ends. The inner corner is super tapered. These are just gorgeous. I haven't found lashes that I like as much as this. They're super lightweight. They're what I'm wearing today. I just love them. I honestly have like 10 backup pairs. I'm not even gonna lie. Those are fabulous. Lightweight. They don't get super gross. I can reuse them several times. They're fabulous. I would repurchase them time after time again. Moving on to lash glue. All-time favorite is the Tarteist Pro Lash Glue. For the longest time I used the Duo White, whatever, I think it's the latex-free one. And I liked it, but at the end of the day, my inner corner lashes popped up, so it's not a cute look. Couldn't stand it. So one day I was at Ulta, and I'm that kind of person that I always do so much research before I buy something, but I saw this and I was like, Tarte can do no wrong. I'll buy it, and the rest is history. I really like it. It's like super glue. It keeps my lashes on all day. Yes. Alright, moving on to lips. I have a few different ones. Like the drugstore one is the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. I only have one color. The other ones I like, but I don't know. I love the formulation on this. I have this in Berry Recognize, and the funny thing is, for the longest time I was looking for a good berry liquid lipstick. Couldn't find one, and then when these came out, I was like, here it is! And definitely it has become one of my all-time favorites. I definitely will have to get more shades and see if the formulation is the same for the rest of them. But for this at least, I love this stuff. I honestly love it just as much as some of my high-end ones. So it's definitely a good one to check out. Going on the same track of liquid lipsticks, liquid matte lipsticks, is the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. Oh my god, I think it's like the Everlasting liquid lipsticks. I love these, as you can tell. I have a lot, a disgusting amount. These are just one of the things that I could literally own every shade from the line and just not be disappointed whatsoever in them. They stay on all day. They are fabulous. They don't feather. Oh my gosh, I just can't say enough good things about them. I've heard a lot of people don't like them as they're super drying. I personally haven't had that. When I'm getting ready, I always have chapstick on and then wipe it off and put these on, and I've never had an issue. I mean, it is a liquid lipstick. Yeah, it's gonna dry out because it is matte and it's drying down to a matte finish, but I personally have no complaints. I love them and would repurchase time after time again. So just for like a regular lipstick, I know a lot of people don't talk about them anymore, but as matte liquid lipsticks are like all the rage anymore. But for regular lipstick, for the longest time I didn't really find any that I liked. Like the drugstore ones, most of them I can't stand the smell of them. And then one day I was watching, like, I don't remember who I was watching. I think it's Thrift Thick. I absolutely love Cassie. She was talking about these, and it is the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche lipsticks. Ugh, they're so good. This is in the color Thistle, and it is just gorgeous. Seriously, I love these. They're supposedly made with all food grade ingredients, so if you lick your lips, you don't feel like you're swallowing poison, you're not gonna die in 5 years from now. They're fabulous. They stay on all day. They're super moisturizing. I also love their lip mask and just the regular lip balm. They're fabulous. Love it. 10 out of 10. And finally, to the end, I'm sorry this video has been so long. We are here to setting sprays. I have two. First, I have the NYX Matte Finish setting spray. It has literally been through war. I'm not sure what happened to it. I don't know if it got smashed when we moved or what, but it still works. I use that more in the summertime when I know it's going to be a long day. Keeps my makeup on all day. Keeps it semi-matte, so I really do like that stuff. And then my other favorite, a lot of people say this isn't like a setting spray. It has glycerin in it. It does hold your makeup in place, not like the Urban Decay All-Nighters, anything like that, but I feel like it does help. It is the MAC Prep and Prime with a Fix Plus. I love this stuff. This is like my 5th bottle of it. I use it more in the fall and winter. My skin's like not an oil slick, but still oily. It just makes my foundation and powders all blend in together, make it just look very seamless on my skin. I love that stuff. I use it with eyeshadows. I use it all over my face. It is fabulous. There's really nothing bad I have to say about it, so. Alright. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any video recommendations or requests or ideas, leave them down below. And until next time, stay sassy as hell.